morning, welcome back. This is my 2007 Corolla. This vehicle's had an exhaust leak ever since I've had it. Was never really that big of a deal, still passed smog, no problem. But recently the exhaust leak's been getting worse and the fumes are starting to come into the cabin when the vehicle's idling. These Corollas are pretty well known for leaking out of the exhaust manifold. Probably one of the design weaknesses of this car. I did a little seafoam in the intake. Basically what this does is cleans the engine, but it also produces a lot of smoke. Essentially it's a smoke test in a can, and I was able to confirm that it is leaking out of the manifold gasket. This is the driver's side of the exhaust manifold, and it was leaking out the I guess it'd be the number 4 cylinder, and it's a pretty significant leak, so you can hear it whenever you turn the car on, and again have the problem with the fumes. So I already went ahead and picked up a replacement exhaust manifold. I don't know if the manifold on my car is bad or not, but because these cars are well known for breaking them, I figured I'd just buy it just in case. Plus I won't be able to go to the parts store once I have the exhaust manifold off. Also came with new exhaust gasket and the donut gasket for the catalytic converter side down here, and the spring-loaded bolts for the catalytic converter side. My game plan to make this hopefully go as smoothly as possible is to spray all the bolts with penetrating fluid. I'm going to go drive the car around a little bit, get the exhaust system heated up so it's nice and hot. Then I'll break all the bolts loose, let it cool back down, and then I can take everything apart. Works in my head. We'll see if it works in real life. Yeah, I can't really get the manifold bolts with the heat shield on. That's alright. I'll spray them when I take the shield off. Went for a quick drive, got it nice and warm, and got it up on jack stands, so we're going to start with the underside. It's 14. Gotta be careful because everything under here is piping hot. Just need to break it loose. Piece of cake. And this is a part where I'll probably burn myself. That's not bad at all. What's that? Okay, heat shield's loose. Alright, finally got the oxygen sensor unplugged. or the tab on the top of the plug, you actually press. Looks like you have to lift it, but you press. Well, I can finally see manifold bolts. Let me see if I can get you guys in there. It's really tight. It's not really a good place for the camera where you can see the bolts. Here. There you are. You know, I actually have the correct socket for this, which I loaned to someone and have not gotten it back yet. Let's think here. Lefty C. This is a 22 millimeter. Oh yeah, no problem. All right, so let's go. This should come out. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Oh, I should have taken that bracket off. No, I can't, it's welded. Okay, just do a little finagling. There we go. Oh my. This is upside down right now, so this is the one that I noticed was leaking. You can see it's wet from, I think that's just oils from the sea foam. But if you look at the carbon on this thing, I don't know. I think every single one of these was leaking. What do you think? So there is no exhaust manifold gasket. I've been looking, and there is no gasket on the back of this engine. There is no gasket on the manifold. Where's the gasket? Does Toyota not install a gasket on these OEM? They just rely on the manifold to seal? That doesn't seem right. Good old-fashioned WD on a Brillo pad. Going around by feel. Trying to scrub all the way around each of the exhaust ports. Now I've got my mirror. Just using it to kind of see what areas need cleaned. Sounds good. That water. that's gonna work. I can point the camera in the right direction. Got the new manifold prepped. Get the heat shield off and mounted the bracket on the back. This is a cast piece versus the old one, which is a just welded pipe. I don't know if that's better or worse. The instructions don't say if this has a front or a back, and looking at it pretty close, it seems to be the same two pieces of metal just tack welded together. So I don't think the orientation front to back matters. And obviously the bolt holes will only line up one way. Anyway, I'm getting absolutely drenched out here, so got to pick up the pace a little bit. I will say this one is heavier. Alright, gasket's in place. And manifold's in place. Just thread on a couple of these nuts. This one has a lot less clearance to the center bolt. The casting is thicker. Even my short 12mm 1/4" drive doesn't fit in there. Alright, well, we're not torquing the middle one, so I'm just going to tighten it. Alright, that's snug. I'll start by bringing them all to 10 foot-pounds. Or 120 inch-pounds. Alright, now I'm gonna just make this middle one tight. How tight? Who knows? I don't think that was simple braking. Maybe it was. That's tight though. I like that electronic one, but it's just too big. Okay, that's bottomed out. That's the top side done. So yeah, there's definitely enough give in the exhaust system to put the donut on, but that's a little bit of a pain. If you can do it beforehand, I would do that. Tired of fighting with this bolt. Alright, here goes nothing. Now it's much quieter. That'll stop once it gets up to temperature and everything cooks off. Went ahead and took the heat shield off this in order to see if it was any good. And boy, I'm glad I bought a new one. This is actually cracked almost all the way around. So if you look at how much of that is old damage by the carbon, probably 80% of it was cracked. There's only a little bit on the top side that was holding it together. Crazy.